All right, let's get more on this now from Ashraf Haidari. He joins me from the Sri Lankan capital, Colombo. He is the Afghanistan's ambassador to Sri Lanka. Ambassador, we're seeing the Taliban continuing to advance in northern Afghanistan as this troop withdrawal takes place. What do you think the Taliban's goal is right now?
Well, the Taliban's goal is to gain as much ground as they can, but we've been very successful in pushing them back, recapturing some of the areas which they have temporarily run over. And of course, we know that the Taliban have no vision as a terrorist group operating alongside over a dozen other terrorist groups which have, as you pointed out, joined them to fight our forces. And so as a result, they provide no services to people, but targeting people, killing, maiming people, innocent civilians, and demolishing any signs of livelihoods of the people, effectively implementing a scorched earth policy in some of the areas which they've been attacking.
There is a lot of concern and talk even of a potential civil war. What do you think the future of the country looks like as we see the remaining NATO troops pull out?
Well, there has never been a civil war in Afghanistan. It's very clear that the Afghan people, our forces, and as well as resistance groups from across Afghanistan are fighting mercenaries of death and destruction, behind which stands a state sponsor in our region. And so we consider this as external aggression against the United Nations Charter, which we've been defending against.
Are Afghan forces prepared to take charge of security alone?
Alone, of course, they've been doing their best since the end of the transition process in 2014. They've been providing protection across Afghanistan, but we have, of course, relied on continued military support from NATO, especially the United States, which will continue into the future as we recently know from the very productive visit of President Ashraf Haidari to Washington and his meeting with President Biden, who reaffirmed their commitment to staying the course in Afghanistan by continuing to provide us with security, development, and humanitarian assistance. So yes, with that support, this war will continue against external aggression, and we are very hopeful and willing, of course, including our people, to fight back and defend Afghanistan against terrorist networks that not only destabilize Afghanistan, but also regional stability and international peace and security.
The Taliban told the BBC that any foreign troops must be out by the September deadline or be at risk as occupiers. If the U.S. does leave troops in the country, even if it is just 1,000, how might the Taliban respond to that?
Well, it's not really up to the Taliban, a terrorist group, to say who should and should not stay in Afghanistan. We are the Afghan state. We have signed agreements and strategic partnership agreements, in this case with the United States. We would honor our commitments to those agreements, which includes the continuation of any number of international forces in Afghanistan in order to not only help stabilize Afghanistan and help us defend against external aggression and international regional terrorism and crime, but also to help ensure regional stability and international security. So it's up to us and our international allies to determine whether they're needed in Afghanistan, which we have said that we do need them as long as they would like to stay. But in cases where they've left, of course, we welcome their continued support for our security forces against the Taliban and their affiliated terrorist networks.
All right, let's leave it there for now. Ambassador Ashraf Haidari, good to have you on the program with us.